Action.
Hello, bear watchers.
Hi.
Take 2.
Yeah.
Hopefully not a take 3.
I don't know.
But we had so much going on this last couple of years that, we gained 1,000 people, and a lot of you don't really know our story. And honestly, I wouldn't want you to go back and look at the beginning videos because they were pretty boring.
Yeah, they were long and boring.
Yeah.
And we eventually figured it out. So
Yeah.
I don't know. There's still things we can always work on, but
Yeah. Yeah. So we started the channel in May of 2019. Well, Mary started it.
Yeah.
In May of 2019. And then she did, a bunch of summer videos, the things that we usually do during the summer.
I think I just did a few of them.
Yeah.
Might have been like 3 or 4.
Yeah. And I think the air show was that year too, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, I did the air show. I did
The ducky race.
I think it was the Golden Days. I did just the first Friday video, and we took kip walking. So I did a few things.
I don't know. Yeah, and then it just kind of sat there for a while. Well, then COVID happened. And, we had only been in our house for a year and a half by the time she started the video. So, it was just barely 2 years when COVID happened. And, I was doing okay at that point. But at the end of 2019, we had something happen at work, and I missed out on some pay, and so that was a short year for me, money wise. And then when COVID happened, I was off work for 7 months, and because I was a massage therapist and considered a contracted employee, they really didn't have massage therapists on the books here in Alaska, so they didn't know how to pay us. Yeah, because they didn't know where to classify us. And I think finally they put us under physical therapy or something.
Yeah, I think they did.
It was so weird. So, but we didn't get those benefits like everybody else did. So it was a tough year. Yeah. And but we made it through.
Yeah.
And I was really bored, so I started the channel. I told Mary I would do something special for her birthday because her birthday and her graduation were right at the beginning of COVID.
And I had turned 21.
Yeah, and it was her 21st birthday, the birthday where you go out and hoop and holler. And
well, see, the thing is, I'm pretty sure I just turned 20. That first birthday video that Mom surprises Mary for her birthday. I don't know what you called it. But COVID was still ongoing for my 21st birthday. So that's the one I'm like, darn. Like,
No, you turned 21.
Oh, okay, yes, because I don't know.
Everybody is skipping a year because nobody wants to remember COVID.
The years confuse me because it started at a really weird time. And so I always skip 2020 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of like it didn't exist. And I noticed a lot of people do that. It's like right now I'm having a hard time. I keep saying last year. Well, it was actually 21. And that wasn't last year. It was the year before.
Yeah.
So because I'm still at the beginning of the year trying to figure things out.
Yeah, I've been writing 22 on everything instead of 23.
Yeah. So we had 2 cruises planned for that year. I was supposed to go on an Alaska cruise with a friend that went out of Seattle, and I don't know, what is she doing?
She wants to be loved.
And then we had a Disney cruise, a viewer cruise for another YouTuber, Leg Life.
Yeah.
We had that one scheduled, and of course all that was canceled. So I canceled the plans for the Alaska cruise, of course, and then the viewer cruise was moved to the next year, but they were still having COVID issues because they were stopping testing, but you still had to get a test somehow, and so it sounded scary. So we moved it to the next year. Well, which
would be this year?
No, No,
Or
wait a
no.
minute. Would that be 2020,
They
2021?
did do the viewer cruise that we were going
Yeah,
to
they
go
did do
on.
it. And then they decided to do another one this year. So
Yeah.
we just decided to book this one.
Yeah.
So
am I
so
salty?
we're going we're going on the viewer cruise again, the Lake Life viewer cruise, and that'll be in March. So
That'll be their second one, our first one.
our first one. We've never been on
and
a cruise
our first
before.
ever cruise, because they go
Yeah.
on cruises all the time.
Yeah, yeah. So that'll be fun. I'm afraid because if I really like it, I don't know how I'm going to afford more.
I know. Yeah.
But we're getting there. We got 3 incomes in the house now, so we're doing okay.
Yeah.
Like the cruise that we didn't go on in 2021, we actually went on a vacation that we really couldn't afford. We went to Michigan and then we went to Florida.
But I'm so glad we did that because
I got to visit all kinds of relatives that I hadn't seen in forever.
yeah, and
My grandkids and
that prompted us to keep going on not October, sorry. I'm
to
like
Michigan.
so tired.
Michigan.
To-
It's been a really long day.
Yeah,
It's late at night, guys.
We just
Sorry.
did like some intensive walking too. But anyway, that prompted us to keep going on vacations to Michigan once a year. We've been going around like September, October time, but like I mean, that's not always going to be the case.
Right.
So
next year we're gonna, or this year we're. See, I'm already doing it. This year we're gonna try to go in August, and we're gonna do a touristy trip to Michigan. So I've lived there all my life, past Mackinac Island 100 times, and never been there. So we're gonna try to stay on Mackinac Island for the night, one day, and then we're gonna go to Traverse City, and maybe go to the casino and somebody we know has a cabin there, so we're probably going to stay at the cabin. Yeah, so it'll be fun. And then we'll be there in time for the Renaissance Festival, which
That'll
is
be
the
cool.
big thing. That's the one thing we want to do.
and I've heard they've kind of turned into more like, I mean, people cosplay or they dress up as like fairies and like ancient people.
We used to do that all the time.
Well,
anyway.
yeah, but I've seen that now it's more common for people to also cosplay as like anime characters and all sorts of other things. So it sounds like
at the festivals? That's interesting.
yeah, it sounds like it'll be fun and interesting to see all of the different crazy costumes.
Yeah. So that 2021 trip to Michigan got us in a spot. So if you didn't see any of those videos, we got to a point we couldn't afford fuel, and we were really getting down, and we didn't know how to, I mean, I had a 30-day credit with my fuel company, but I was afraid to use it because I didn't know, if I could pay for it. And then somebody suggested summers in Alaska, somebody suggested that, we were local, give it to us. And we got a Christmas card, and boom, there was her certificate in there.
I remember that because she
freaked out.
She got it, and I don't remember. I think I opened it and I showed it to her, and I was like, "Mom, you won something," and she like just started crying.
Yeah,
I was like, "Oh."
So that helped us out of a hole. Honestly, I think something happened. I think somebody else filled our fuel tank. I can't remember what happened now, but somehow our fuel tank got full, so I could actually use the certificate to barter with somebody else. And then, now this is funny because it turned hands a couple times, and then it came back to me.
Yeah.
So somehow it got into my ex-boyfriend's hands, and he ended up giving it back to me. So we ended up getting to use it again. So, that was it. I don't know, lucky, I guess.
Yeah. It's pretty funny how things work out.
Yeah. So 2022 we caught up, and we started traveling again, and we got to go to Michigan again. We gained 1,000 subscribers, and thank you and hello and you know, all of that stuff. And yeah, so like we're still a new channel, you know, basically. We watch people that have the same amount of viewers that we do, and they've been doing it 5, 6, 7 years, you know?
I'm just glad people are interested in what we do.
Yeah.
Because that was my worry. I was like, you know, at the very least it'll be like a video diary of the things we do, because when I look back on things, I have trouble remembering all of the like really cool stuff we did. I have to have someone kind of jog my memory for me. I have to ask questions, and then I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I remember that.
You don't have to go back and look at pictures and
things. Yeah. So I thought, oh, at the very least, these videos will be good for me to remember things, and then all of a sudden, we went from, we were watching Lake Life, and during COVID, they had created like a community of people that would jump on their live streams all the time. Yeah.
So a lot of those people, I consider them friends.
Yeah, so they noticed us, and they started saying, oh, hey, you should go check out their channel. They're trying something new, you know, if you're more interested in Central Alaska and Fairbanks, they're like right in the heart of the city. So... so then we gained a bunch of people from them, and then like we've just been consistently gaining people since then. Yeah. So that's really cool.
Yeah, so it's been fun. You know, we have a whole YouTube community of people that we, you know.
And I really
a lot of them we haven't met in person, but
well, who are you? We're talking to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but I really do appreciate like all of you guys, because I feel like we've got a really cool community of people, because anytime we get any bad comments or someone who just has something not nice to say,
you guys go jump on them before I can even get to it.
Yeah, you'll go in
it's so funny,
and you'll say, oh, well, I think they meant it this way, or like, you know, you'll try to explain to them and stuff,
and it's great that you know us that well.
Yeah, because I'm like, gosh, these people know us better than like we know ourselves. But anyway, like, I just think it's so cool that you guys are, you know, such good, cool people.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It melts my heart. So I did in 2022, if you were keeping up with all the videos, or if you went back and looked at them, if you're new, I had a lot of health issues. I was getting sick, like, gosh, it seemed like every month. I think it was every 2 months I was getting sick. But I missed a lot of work. And I was really worried about, you know, because of the vacations we took and my health, you know, what my pay was going to be like. But I did okay with my pay. Thank goodness. I added hours on to my original, you know, my original schedule that I had when I went back. But I went to the doctor. I had COVID. I can't remember what month that was.
Oh, I don't know. I remember being really worried.
We had COVID 3 times. But the second time I got COVID, because I got it twice this year, or 2022. The second time I got COVID, I found out that I had the myocardia. So I had inflammation in my heart. So I got an EKG. They were supposed to send me to a heart specialist. The doctor never got back to me. Yeah. I called and called. And I thought, you know, let's get a new doctor. So I got an alternative. She's not a doctor. She's a nurse practitioner. And, you know, Heather was having all kinds of issues. So she went to her, and she helped Heather a lot. But I thought, you know, I wonder if I can, a lot of this is inflammatory stuff. Mm-hmm. I wonder if I can just take care of it, you know? So, because every time I eat well, I do okay. Yeah. But at the beginning of the year, we started to do the clean eating again, and it didn't work for me. I was actually felt like I was getting sicker. So, we did the Denali Highway trip. And
well, you and Heather did.
Yeah. me and Heather, we tried to get Heather to do this with us, but
she I don't know.
I
had
think
some
Animal
she had
Crossing. I think her Animal Crossing. She started something new on there.
No, it's because she said something about she made it to a new level, and there's no levels in Animal Crossing, so it's one of her other Switch games she's playing.
She said something about farming. That's why I thought it was Animal Crossing.
Yeah, it's something else. I don't know what it is.
Whatever. Anyways, when I went on that trip, the Denali Highway trip with Heather, which is what we try to go someplace we've never been in Alaska before every year. It might be someplace, new, on the highway system that we just, random place we've never been before. I think the year before it was like Hope, Alaska or something. Actually, there were several places. But this year we were really struggling to try to go someplace new. So Denali Highway was it, because it's a seasonal highway, and you'll have to go see those videos. I'm not going to talk much more about that because that can be a long story.
Yeah.
But I got sick, really sick, when I got back. I was sick before I left, and so I had like a relapse. And when I got back, I couldn't eat anything. And I thought, you know what? I'm down for the count anyway. My stomach's empty.
Gonna use it as a jump start.
A jump start to keto.
Yeah.
And I had studied keto for 8 years. I finally figured out it was 8 years. I started watching this Dr. Eric Berg. I started watching him, and then I started looking at keto stuff because it was always all the things my doctor told me that I should never do, because she thinks I have rheumatoid arthritis. I've never been tested because I don't want to be put on steroids.
Yeah.
And I was always on inflammatory diet. So no eggs, no dairy, no, refined products, no, white rice, white flour. A lot of these things I was always told, low fat.
Or no red meat.
No red meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I was like, what? You get good iron from that.
Yeah. So all these years I thought I was dairy intolerant because I would drink milk and it would tear up my stomach. I mean, just tear my stomach up.
Mm-hmm.
And, so 20 years almost, I didn't do dairy. I would just do like some Greek yogurt or some, maybe a little bit of like heavy dairy, and that wouldn't bother me. Well, I thought about that, and I started drinking heavy cream.
Yeah, I was going to say, you don't complain at all anymore.
No, none of that bothers me at all. It's the fat content. And especially, they say post-menopause, the women post-menopause do best on keto because you need the high fats. You need the iron from the red meats. You need the cholesterol from the eggs, And
I guess not everyone, depending on your health, your health status, not everyone's going to be the same. But that has really worked for Mom very much. And she kind of gets, she gets on a tangent with it. She's very nerdy about it.
You have to do it right. Yeah.
Yeah. Because, she's a massage therapist. She's always been kind of in the health field of things, and she's always done a lot of research on it.
I talked to a lot of people about different things that they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I am so thankful. And that on Monday, so you'll be seeing this on Friday. Sunday we're gonna, I don't know what I'm gonna do on Sunday.
You always do this. You're always like, we have plans for this.
We'll figure it out.
I don't know.
We always do. We'll figure it out. Yeah. But Monday, I'm gonna start the Monday measures off again with, the being accountable thing. I want to talk about the keto. So if you're interested with that, you can. I'm going to talk about the diet and the walking and all the stuff that we've been doing.
Yeah.
And because I feel 100% better. 100%
yeah,
better.
She
the inflammation in my heart went down.
Well, and then she used to complain about feeling like she had some sort of adult asthma when we used to go on walks.
I was actually diagnosed with adult onset asthma.
Yeah,
My doctor gave me an inhaler.
Yeah, and they were
never
like,
used it.
If this doesn't help, then you might need to come back and we'll look into heart issues or something.
Mm-hmm.
And so, anyway, yeah, no complaints about that either.
Because
I've been there for all of it.
After I caught COVID in 2020, I could not even hardly go up and down the stairs at work. Now I'm running up and down the stairs.
Like a young person.
Yeah. I'm amazed. I'm truly amazed. So.
Yeah, don't give up, people.
So, and I didn't know where to start because the amount of calories and carbs that I'm getting, I didn't know where to start exercising. Well, then Mary came up with this challenge at work.
Yeah, it's called Race Across Alaska. And you sign up for it. You can make a donation to, I think it's it might be $85. It wasn't super cheap, but it wasn't super expensive. It lasts from mid-December to mid-March. And you can choose any set of, they have a bunch of different goals. And they're all miles between popular places in Alaska. So it goes from Anchorage to a bunch of different places.
And you can pick which one you want to do.
Yeah, and so since a couple other people in my office chose between Anchorage, or going from Anchorage to Denali as their goal, which is 235 miles, I was like, why not do that? I think 3 miles a day is a good goal. And that's what we've been doing. We've been doing just about 3 miles a day. We kind of skip Sundays, but we make it up for it. By every once in a while doing 4 miles.
Yeah, we almost did 4 miles today, and that's why we're all...
Yeah. Sorry, our brains are tired.
Yeah. So we've been walking at the Dipper.
Yep.
And we'll talk about that.
Yeah, and that's been working real nice.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk about the 2023.
Our plans.
Our plans for this year. I have a trip coming up pretty quick. I'm going to be going to Nashville.
And I wish I could go, but I don't have enough PTO. I'd have to have, my boss is cool, but he's not that cool.
Yeah.
So.
And it's kind of be a long weekend for me. I'm going to work some extra days so that way I don't miss too much work. And it's going to be kind of like a turn and burn. I'm going to fly out there real quick and take a long weekend and then fly right back. And I'm going to meet my sister I haven't met yet.
Yay.
So I'm all excited for that.
Yeah, they've talked lots, but they haven't met in person yet. She met the other ones.
And for you new subscribers, I found my biological family just before we started the YouTube channel.
Yeah, during COVID too.
Yeah, because I was adopted. And one of my friends was like, here, we might be related because we were from the same area in Michigan. And so she gave me a ancestry kit, and I found my relatives right away.
Yeah.
So on both sides, my mom and my dad.
And ironically, they had actually kind of been looking for, or they had a inkling that there was some missing family member that was out there because of, secrets within the household. But anyway, and then lo and behold, here she is.
Right. Yeah. So I get to go visit that sister.
Yeah.
And actually, we met my other sister. I haven't put those videos up yet. We still have 2 more videos from Michigan that we're going to put up. And it was so close to Christmas. And it was trick-or-treating with my grandkids. I didn't want to put up Halloween videos at Christmas. So we'll kind of do like a look back at, 2022, somewhere down the road here. Maybe in March when we're on the cruise, I'll put those videos up while we're gone or something.
I was telling Mom, people might have appreciated that because some people love Halloween way more than Christmas. But that's okay. Things work out the way they work out.
Yeah. So then we have the Leg Life viewer cruise.
Yeah. I'm counting the days.
My gosh.
I
have always wanted to go to Cozumel.
Yeah.
This is like a dream for me.
I have another coworker who's in Hawaii, and I just cannot wait till I can go on vacation, because now that they're on vacation, it's just making me think of vacation more, and I'm like, it's soon. Right. Warm weather.
And then we're going to be able to go to New Orleans. So
yeah, that'll be really cool.
Yeah, I've never been there either. So, and then of course we'll have all of our regular Anchorage trips that we do, the Scottish Highland Games, and then you know, I've got a friend down there now that will probably be visiting, and then the Michigan touristy trip, the Renaissance Festival, all that stuff is this year. And the last thing I wanted to talk about was our giveaway. We were planning on doing that before Christmas, but I didn't have that many people sign the Google Forms. So I'm going to put the link in the description, and I'm going to pin it to the top of the comments. So the link will be in 2 places. If you can't find it, then that's your own fault for not entering.
We have looked at quite a few of your answers, though, because we put some questions in there that we thought you guys, like, it would be good for you to answer so we can get to know you all better. And I love the responses. There's some pretty cool ones.
Yeah. So it kind of puts a little, you know, not exactly a face, but, you know.
She's, like, much better at remembering, like, people's names and things about them. Me, on the other hand, like, she'll be like, oh, you remember this person? They say this and that. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I think I remember that. But, like, I do kind of try to keep up with you guys. I'm just not
She does
the best
read all
at
the
it.
comments.
Yeah, I go through and I try to help Mom.
I'm the
come
one
up
that
with
answers them. I know sometimes people will say, "Oh, hey, Mary," you know, because they think Mary's answering the comments.
Yeah,
but it's me.
Yeah,
you know,
everything, all the social medias, Mom. Every so often, I will.
I tell her, "Oh, go put something on Instagram."
Yeah,
because I forget, you know.
And every so often, you may get a comment from me that sounds like it's from her because I sneak in there and I'll answer things, but
right.
it's not. It's usually her. So yeah.
Yeah. So we were waiting for more Google Forms. So now that I've announced that, we'll wait for, I don't know, probably just a few more days. We'll probably wait till after the weekend. Sometime next week, I'm going to draw a bunch of names from the Google Forms. We have like 10 calendars. Oh, I should have brought them over here.
Oh, so we could show you. I don't know. They've got like the Northern Lights.
It's a photographer from down in Anchorage.
And it's a bunch of Northern Lights pictures, right?
Well, no, it's not the Northern Lights ones.
You ordered special ones.
I special ordered a bunch of calendars from a photographer down in Anchorage. So I have 11 of those calendars because I kept one. I ordered a dozen.
Maybe it'll be a surprise. Yeah. Maybe we'll show something somewhere. We'll see.
I've got 11 calendars, and then I have about 10 or 11 T-shirts. The problem is the T-shirts, I think they're all size medium.
Oh, no.
So,
No.
I'll send them out to you if you get a T-shirt. If you want a T-shirt and it's not your size, sorry. But maybe you can like fold it up and hang it on the wall or something.
Oh yeah.
Because they're Denali T-shirts.
Sort of DIY
they're from Denali.
Ironically, I bought one of these T-shirts in Denali, and then
we got the opportunity to buy a dozen of them. So
that was a cheaper price though than I bought my original one. Well, I mean, mine was still on sale anyway, but I was like, so anyway, some of you guys could match me.
Right. Okay. So that's probably long enough. I think it's about a half an hour, and we'll keep you up with the videos.
Yeah.
And thanks for watching us.
Yeah, hope this made sense. If you guys have any more questions, leave them down below.
Yeah.
We'll try to answer them.
Yep. So, yeah. And, all the diet stuff will be on Monday, and we'll figure something out for Sunday. I think Sunday's video might be helping Larissa. Sarissa. I keep wanting to call her Larissa all of a sudden. It was funny because I'm like, okay, I gotta remember Sarissa because I had a friend who pronounced her name Marissa.
Oh.
It's not Marissa. It's
all
Marissa.
All the options. Just change the first letter.
Yeah. And I do know somebody else named Larissa too.
Yeah.
So names. I am horrible with names.
It's so funny because I just spent some of this time telling you guys how I'm not good with that stuff, and she's better with it. But then we kind of swap. It depends on the situation.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope I didn't. I try not to do weird finger hand things because I was just doing this, but I don't know. I've learned recently that doing that kind of stuff, you can accidentally do
sign language,
rude sign language to people, and I don't mean to do that. So I do apologize if I made any weird hand motions that meant something weird. So sorry. I don't mean to do that.
Okay, Beans telling us it's time to leave.
She's been wanting in my lap this whole time.
So bye for now.
Bye.
Like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah.